hello to all my gorgeous peeps out there in my universal world of peepy world. Because both people like it. It's a 50-50 split, let's face it. I'm sitting down because I'm tired. I'm tired because I had mouth surgery. And what's mouth surgery got to do with my feet? Not a lot. However, my mouth hurts, so I'm sitting down. Today, I'm going to be making for you the first recipe in our Global Soul, yes, Global Soul series. When we had our sit down and chat with Mama Cherry live session, I had so many people coming to me from all over the world saying, oh, Mommy, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And we had this sweet lad who rang us up and from Liverpool. He's from Liverpool. And he
Sorry, was that Liverpudlian or was that
Yeah, that was the accent. From Liverpool. You know where Liverpool is, people? It's where the Beatles came from. Now, up there, they have a dish called souse.
No.
Scouse.
Yes.
They both sound alike, okay? Depending on where you're from and your accent, you might get it right, you might get it wrong. And it's basically a beef stew. Looks something like that. Although mine, I'm telling you, is not going to look like that. Because I'm afraid, nah, mine ain't going to look like that. So I said, let me try and take one of your recipes and mummify it. And that's what I've done. So this recipe, traditionally, it was done with lamb, okay? Now Liverpool is a city, it's a port, okay? And let me see, and it's a fishing port. So back in the day, you had countries like Belgium and Sweden and let me see, Northern European countries. And they used to travel over to Liverpool and they bought this dish with them. Now it was traditionally made with lamb. But nowadays, lamb is very expensive. So it has been kind of changed up to using beef. And that's what I'm going to use. Now, also, this dish was very close to my heart because it's about using what's left over in your fridge. And you know I always got something left over in my fridge that I am not going to bin it. I'm going to spin it. And that's what I've done. Now, so I'm going to talk you through it. We're going to I'll show you how it's done. It's done in stages. You've got to kind of cook it for about 2 hours to begin with, and then you add potatoes. Now the way I'm going to make it mummified is I'm going to be adding sweet potatoes to the recipe. Now they say there is no definitive recipe for this particular stew. It comes from your heart, it comes from your soul, so you put your foot on down in it and you make it your own. And that's what I'm going to do. So, let's get started. Okay, so to begin Mama's version of souse,
no.
Scouse. It's hard for me to spell, you know me. It's the Liverpoolians, they're called scouses.
No, they're not.
What are they called? Souses.
No.
What are they called, Katrina?
Scousers.
Well, that sounds close enough.
You said scouses.
Well, scousers.
Yeah.
So I'm making scouse.
Okay. She's making scouse.
Alright, which is a Liverpoolian dish. I'll explain to you more about the origins of this dish. But what I'm doing is I'm turning it into a mama stew, okay? My version.
What do you mean? You've already explained the origins of the dish, Mum. You're going mental.
What?
You've already explained the origins of the dish. You're going crazy.
No, I didn't, because there's a lot more to it. I ain't told you nothing, I'll tell you.
Of course you have.
Alright. Okay, so in order to make this dish, which is a stew from Liverpool called scouse.
There you go.
Alright. I am going to be mummifying it by using, check out our new product and my new packaging. And this is our jerk seasoning, which is a medium to hot. Now what it is, it's a combination of my original Soulful blend with some, and here, what am I doing here? I'm seasoning that pot. To that, we're going to add our onions, and I'm also adding to this dish some celery because that turns it into a soul food. This is the trinity when you have peppers, celery, and onions. So let's get those in. Let's get these. I'll put the carrots a little bit later. So we just want to, as you can see, coat.
That's my company off.
It's probably definitely going to go
almost
off.
guarantee it. Hang on.
Open the window.
It's open, but I'm going to open it a little bit more. There we go.
Okay. So can you see how it's got the seasoning has covered all of those vegetables? Lovely. Take it off the heat a little bit. To this, we are going to add, because this is part of my Global Soul series, I went to Henry's Meat Market, and he is a South African, and he sells some of those fabulous meats, because you can go there and get all sort of exotic meat. It's one of the few places that always has lamb, has curry goat, has goat in, if you wanted to make curry goat. So this is just some diced braising steak, okay? So we're going to add that straight.
Bless
Both
you.
of us sneezing. That's those seasonings.
Exactly the same time.
So we just want to get this meat. Basically, all we want to do is we want to cover it and seal it. Because I'm going to be using this, I'm going to be transferring this all to a crock pot. Because it does take a while to cook. I'll come back to you with the other ingredients. So I'm going to add my carrots now.
So do you recommend starting it off in a pan and then putting it in the slow cooker?
And then put it in,
So like traditionally, a lot of people that use slow cookers just put everything in the slow cooker.
Yeah, you could, but I want you to braise this off.
Yeah, yeah.
It is...
So it helps to get the flavours in.
It gets the flavors because remember I've seasoned that pot. And can you look at that? You can even see how even my meat's now picking up that seasoning.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to add a little bit more to it.
The colour's gorgeous, all the different colours.
Okay, and let's seal that.
Oh, they're resealable. Show the patrons the new
Yes.
packaging.
My new page, look guys, you can reseal it. Okay, and you can see through it. I've been working hard to find the right stuff for you guys. Now, one thing about this stew, what it recommends, this is perfect for me and my ethos because they say there is no written recipe for this. You use what you have. Look at the different vegetables you got. Things that are kind of coming to the end, throw it in. Traditionally, it was done with lamb originally, but it's since moved on because back then at the beginning the lamb was a cheaper cut, but now lamb has become quite expensive. And believe it or not, beef is cheaper than lamb these days. So we're going with our beef. So it's at that stage, and now open the pot. I'm going to just add that straight to the pot. Now also come back here because it calls for any other vegetables. I've got some root vegetables. I've got some swede, so I'm going to put that in there. I also, the recipe calls for some cabbage, but I'm doing cabbage and leeks. And I found this packet of cabbage and leeks, which are just together, already diced and sliced. So I'm only going to put half of that.
Is that just to get the seasoning
And
on?
that's, you got it. You know me, I got my seasons in there, and that's just to pick up that remaining seed. Then I'm going to come over to the sink.
Ah, for your stock.
For my stock.
Okay. Nifty.
And then I'm going to come back to the stove, just to let that cook a teeny bit, and I have one of these stock pots, okay? And this is an onion stock pot.
Okay.
You can use onion, beef, whatever. And I'm going to add that straight to this.
Oh, it's a gooey one.
Yeah.
The ones I get normally come in a block.
Yeah, this is good. This one's been sitting out, so
Okay,
it's
so
kind
it's
of
melted a little bit.
It's melted down a little bit.
Okay.
And you know what? Look at that, guys. You see that? You better.
I knew you were going to do that.
You better dip that bad boy up in there. This goes a bit more. Let's just get that. And oh, I've just noticed I haven't chopped up. I've got a parsnip. So I'm just going to put some parsnip in as well. Okay.
Oh, is that it?
That's it. And then I'm just going to add a touch of salt and pepper. Then this is going in, and then we're going to leave this to cook for about minimum of 2 hours. And then when we come back, we're going to add some white potatoes, but because it's my version, I'm going to put some sweet potato in it as well. And that's after 2 hours of cooking, and that will help to thicken and make a natural gravy for it.
Okay, alright, so we'll come back.
Look at that.
Right, so is that going in now?
And this is going in. So we come over this way. Just get a little bit more water.
This is going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to this. I've never had scouse before. I've never even heard of it, to be honest.
I've never heard of it until
Is it Nathan?
I believe it was Nathan, but we will check it out.
Yeah.
And Nathan said this is what his mom recommended us to do. So here you go, Mummy. So there we go. So we're just going to now just leave this to just cook. And when we come back, we're going to add our potatoes to it. And I'll come back to you. Okay, so our stew has been cooking for about 2.5 hours. And at this stage, you're going to add...
3 hours.
It's been 3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 2.
So at this stage, we're going to add just a little bit of coriander and parsley. We're also going to add some potatoes. Now remember, I said I'm going to add some sweet potatoes to mine. Alright? I did a recipe a while back. You'll see it. It could be before this, or it could be after it. I made some drunken prawns. I've taken my potatoes and I've put them in that same pot just to get that seasoning going. Alright? Now, also, I have parboiled my potatoes. The original recipe calls for you putting the potatoes in raw, cooking it for another 2 hours. We ain't got 2 hours to be waiting. So, I parboiled them, but now I'm just going to add these. And what the potatoes will do is it will thicken this gravy. The potatoes will begin to break down. And it will thicken. And also, I'm going to add a touch of Worcestershire sauce. Hey, got it right. Okay. Well, now we're going to let that cook again for about another 1.5 hours if we can.
Excellent.
Let me see how the meat's doing. Oh yeah, it's starting to, oh yeah. Breaking apart. That's what you want it to be, really super tender.
Fabulous.
So, that's it. So we leave that for another 2 hours. And then we've got our scouse stew. Beef stew, the mama way. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh no, I think it's a little bit watery. I think if we'd have cooked it for that additional 2 hours with the potatoes, it might have thickened. So what I've done here is I've just taken some flour and water. And I'm going to pour, and then just give it a good stir.
Remember what you said last time you did that?
What?
Do you remember what you said last time you did a roux and a beef stew?
What? I don't even want to go there.
You called it.
Oh yes, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm matured.
I'll post a link so you can find out for yourself.
There we go. What, my black and white? My interracial stew.
You called it mixed race stew.
My mixed race stew. Let's put a little bit more. There we go. That's the texture.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
And that will, if that continues to cook for about another 1/2 hour, all of these little lumps will go.
Okay, let's have a little taste. So this is a scouse, yeah?
Yeah.
Liverpudlian.
Could
Will it taste it? Could use some salt?
That's what I'm coming for.
Definitely needs salt.
It needs salt.
I've got salt here, Mum.
Where? It definitely needs some salt.
You can taste the sweet and the parsnips.
Mm-hmm. They're quite sweet.
Mm.
Okay. Try that.
Much better.
Yeah, that's better.
Much better.
Okay. So I think this kind of stew, it just takes a little bit of time. getting used to it, but I'm quite happy with this.
Yeah.
So there we go. Our South stew.
Oh, what?
Scouse stew. Scouse. Liverpudlian stew.
Put your teeth back in. Scouse stew. Do it as a tongue twister.
Yes,
Go on.
and this is it Nathan?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
This is for you, Nathan. Global Soul Stew. Lovely jubbly. Yum, yum, yum. Wasn't very happy with this towards the end, so we've just added some lentils. Can you see? Just some split lentils.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to make this dish really hearty. It's going to also add to the thickness and the flavor. Delicious.
Yeah, so at the very last minute,
we changed it up.
okay.
Lovely jubbly.
Say bye.
Bye.